Well, this week, thousands of domestic workers returned to their jobs. The workers are allowed to resume their service under level 3 of the national lockdown, provided that relevant health protocols and social distancing measures for persons employed in private residences are adhered to. A number of agencies have apparently provided training to staff to ensure their safety and that of the households where they work. So to discuss this further, we're joined by Nelisiwe Nkambule, who is a Recruitment Officer at Homelix Professional Staffing. This is a domestic, or it's an agency for domestic workers. Nelisiwe, good morning. It's good to have you on the program. Nelisiwe, are you able to hear us? All right, no. Nelisiwe, this is where we've been having problems trying to get the sound up and running with Nelisiwe. It's such an important conversation, but I'm going to try one last time just to see if Nelisiwe can hear us. Nelisiwe, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Yes, I've got you. Okay, fantastic. So I'm glad that we've switched to a hybrid interview with you now. So before we discuss the necessities for domestic workers in their work environment, are you aware of any situations where domestic workers who during lockdowns were at home and not paid by their employers?
Okay, some of our clients, we encourage our clients to go and register their domestic workers. Because as an arts home link, we are not responsible for the payments. The clients must be responsible for the domestic to make sure that they have registered for the UIF.
Yeah. So as far as you know, this is the responsibility of the client, but what have your workers been saying? Are they saying that they were not paid during this?
We normally advise the client to go and register the domestic worker for the UIF. But then on our side, if the client is struggling to register for their domestic workers, we can assist them to register.
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk to the return now to work for domestic workers. How are domestic workers feeling about this? Are they happy going back to work?
Okay, no, most of our domestic workers, they are having a challenge because of some of them, they were not working. Since you know that normally our domestic worker is a live-in position or a stay-out position. So for those ones who are doing a stay-out position, they are struggling a lot since we are coming from lockdown 5 and lockdown 4, whereby they were at home, they were not working. So that's the challenge.
That's the challenge. So they now want to get back to work. They want to resume. But are they concerned about their safety? Because now they're going into other people's houses and they have to take a lot of precautions from both sides, from both the person that they work for. They need to put precautions in place and the domestic worker herself. So try and give us an understanding of the safety and what's gone into all of that.
No, even before the lockdown, we normally do the training for our domestic workers. But then since we are facing the COVID-19, to sanitize their hands, wearing masks, it's just an added advantage. Because if you're a domestic worker, you have to wash your hands now and then. Shortly after you are done with something, you wash your hands.
What about the wearing of masks and who should provide this? Is this up to the employer to provide their domestic worker with a mask, or do the domestic workers need to purchase their own masks to ensure that they have the safety?
The employers must provide the candidates with their own mask because of their working at the client's house. Remember that the candidates must be safe, and those people that are around the candidates must be safe as well. So we encourage them to wear masks, have gloves, and sanitize their things. Hence, our office will open fully by next week. Okay,
so by next week. So the employer must provide with the PPE so that everything is fine, sanitizers, masks, and all of the above. What happens if a domestic worker, is in a situation where their employer does not want them back at work, where they have said, we don't want you coming back, we don't feel safe?
Okay. Normally we register everyone, because if you don't have any job during the lockdown, we'll encourage the candidates to apply for the UIF, because now it's open for everyone, meaning everyone can apply. Hence our candidates, some of them, they are foreigners. And some of them, they're elderly people, meaning they're not that much educated. So the client must be responsible to apply for the UIF.
So, I mean, the idea as well is that with the UIF and the TERS, some of the foreign workers do not qualify to get this grant that's been available to them. They're not allowed to get that. So what happens to foreign workers in a situation like this?
Because now it's open to everyone. As I said, our office will open fully by next week. That's when we'll try and solve all the problems. But we'll assist the clients to register them because now it's open for everyone.
All right, so they can contact you if they're registered with you, but there are a lot of people that are not necessarily registered with you at this time. But just in terms of, I have to wrap this up, but going forward, advice to anybody that is a domestic worker that is watching, what do you advise them at a time like this?
Okay. What I can advise to them, they must get an agency, they register so that because when you are registered, you'll be registered with UIF, meaning in terms like this, you'll be compensated. You don't have to worry.
All right, let's leave it there. Thanks for talking to us. Nelisiwe Nkambule, who is the Recruitment Officer at Homelix Professional Staffing. They're talking to us about domestic workers as they return to their jobs under level 3 of the lockdown. They'll be fully operational from next week. But you heard it, just so in case you didn't, and Sakina will probably say goodbye on this note, is that if you are, or if you have already got your domestic worker back that you haven't had in a while, you have to ensure that you give them the PPE, give them masks, give them the sanitizers. It is your responsibility as the employer. That's an important note.
Again, Leanne, you would have thought that would be obvious, but you know,
not.
It is a workplace. Someone is traveling from their home to a workplace. So.
Indeed.
But if you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.